All right, man. Right. Back at it with another episode.
Yes, episode 9.
Episode 9?
Dude, we're doing this once a week in 9 weeks, bro. Think about that. 9 weeks ago we started this. That's kind of crazy.
Well, actually, we took a break because this man was sick. But it's been roughly like 10 weeks?
I mean, 11, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because the holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
holidays got busy.
And then we also did the episode in your garage.
Yeah.
We'll call it still. It's episode 9. We're splitting hairs over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying way too hard.
Almost 3 months, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that's like the longest. We got some background music too. That's crazy, man. That's like the longest commitment you guys have ever had.
Yeah.
Was that supposed to be a sneak?
No. I don't know what that was.
I went over my head just for a split second.
Yeah. You talking about our friendship?
Bro,
or like...
we got a bunch of people in here today, surprisingly, man.
Sunday is popping.
This is probably the most people that have been in here.
Honestly, though, it's kind of nice, though, because this is, like, the whole point of, like, what we wanted. Like, getting people in the background in the gym doing their thing. Mm-hmm. People in the background listening to music on their phones and whatnot.
Yeah, dude, it's different. Yeah. It's something different.
Yeah, and the lighting here, it's crazy. Like, in this specific spot, like the blue lights in the back. Whew.
Yeah, we switched it up. If y'all have been watching and keeping up with the past episodes, this is a different spot, guys. If you go back, if you backtrack, I think we did 2 episodes here.
Yeah, we
did
the
first 2 episodes are here. We had Raymond Warner, we had Ace here.
No, we had us. So we did 3 episodes.
So we did 3. Yeah, that's right. But
mixing it up, man.
Yeah,
next episode, possibly at
new location.
New location at another location. Actually, we got possibly like 3 new locations to shoot at.
Yeah.
We'll get into that all later.
Yeah.
That's going to be some surprises, but we also have something. We're in the middle of January.
Mm-hmm.
Fit Expo LA is going to be coming up
this week as we're recording this.
Actually got done talking some plans over with the gym owners and how we're going to schedule some things. So we're making moves, man. There could be another episode there. Enough footage to make an episode there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get something going. We'll start making content there. For sure.
Definitely, and even if it's not an episode, we could just use some of that content as a lead up before the pod. Kind of, do a little flashback. Hey, this is what we did this last week. Let's get in the pod, and then just boom.
Possibly even take a trip out to San Diego. Possibly.
Yeah. That's gonna be an interesting pod.
That would be a dope
Got
one.
some stuff on the horizon. Possible San Diego trip. Again, we don't want to give too much away. We're working hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to make something out of this. Working hard here. You see the gray hairs popping through.
Yeah, for real. Like
you know what I mean?
I have to dye my hair. Like, my hair ain't this black.
Well, it looks great. It looks great. Wherever
you look great too. You got the flow going today,
flow,
man.
bro. It's just I got out the shower. Didn't even do the hair.
Not recently, but yes.
Okay, let's get back to Phil then.
I like the bangs.
Like the me?
Yeah.
The bangs.
Or what?
Y'all are tripping.
Or whatever you call the frontal, the frontal fray.
The front, F up is what I like.
The front drip.
The front drip.
You hit him with a little in the moaning.
Yeah. The front fray.
A little boom, 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 and I'm out the door.
What do you use for that boom?
I use texturizing powder. So just some powder. You just go through your hair. It kind of just keeps it and holds it. My hair is like, bro, my hair is like so stubborn, dude. It will not.
And the powder
I guess it's not as stubborn as it should be. Yeah, the powder does work, yeah.
Oh, your hair's too flowy.
Yeah, my hair's too flowy. It'll mess up all the time. It's hard to, keep it in one place.
Man, I feel that, bro. One shake, my hair's fucked.
I like it, man. It's looking stylish, bro.
I don't know why it was so funny.
Yeah, no, I'm playing. My hair don't move.
You don't.
Hey,
so have you guys been now on our last guest? I'm sure by this time when it comes out, that have already been aired.
Yes.
So we can go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
So our last guest, I kind of combined their name, Ant and guest. Our last guest, Ant, gave us a couple of journaling books, or gave us each one. I have found that kind of fruitful. I don't know if you guys want to break that down a little bit or talk about that. I've been writing in the journal. I don't do it morning or night. Like I'm not like sick anyone. It's just like whenever I have the opportunity to, and it's kind of nice to see like, then well, here was my day versus like, oh man, here's what I hope happens today.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of cool to, I guess, answer that question. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
I should go back to it, but I usually find myself just doing it anytime I can. But what about you guys? You guys sticking with that?
Yeah, I've been doing it pretty recent. Like I think yesterday was the first day I haven't done it since I got it, which is a pretty good streak. But yeah, I've been finding it pretty mind opening and I get to like really take a deep dive into my thoughts, kinda, especially when I like feel kind of conflicted. Definitely has been helping me to write it down. And then I've been doing the here's what I hope to accomplish today. Now I don't accomplish every goal, but I get a few things down that I know are the important ones, and then some side missions, right?
Yeah,
So, that's side
yeah.
missions,
So
bro. You gotta accept
there's been a couple
of those.
days where I get the whole thing, and you feel pretty damn great. So I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty good.
Shouts out to Ann. What about you, Ethan?
Yeah, I find it very fruitful, man. I've been pretty stressed these last couple weeks, and
Well, I know
about a lot of stuff, and I think it's kind of like opposite of you. Is like I've made it definitely a point to do it in the morning when I wake up, because I feel like that's when I get most of my anxious thoughts. You know what I mean? I wake up and I'm like, shit, I need to tackle this.
Like they've been collecting in your mind while you're sleeping, and you're like, it's time to do.
My body's been rested, but my mind not so much. You know what I mean? So I just be talking about how I'm feeling in that moment, and a big thing that I've kind of found myself a little bit more journaling. And I think I just need to control what I can, right? Like Ant did such a good job just describing that mindset, and I think that opened up a really big pathway in my mind. That was just, that's a testimony. And at the very end of every journal entry, I say, control what you can and don't worry about what you can't control. You know what I mean? And I also give words of affirmation. I say, you are strong, you are thought of, you are loved. You are, just all these different things, and I say you're gonna have a great day. Go kill it, and I'll just leave it at that. And then throughout the day, if I still get these thoughts and these anxious and anxiety-ridden thoughts, I'll hop back in it. I take it everywhere with me. To be honest, I've found it very fruitful. Take it in my car, my gym bag, everything, because I don't want there to go a moment where I'm just like all up in my head and stuff. I want to get that stuff down and eventually look back at it and be like, damn, why was I tripping about this stuff?
That's my goal too.
So,
end of the day, or once that full notebook is like complete, I want to be able to look back through the page and be like, damn, I was really like stressing about that. Now look at me, I'm
and that ain't nothing now.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing,
right?
So.
Or look what came from it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I think even Ant said that it could turn. Was that Ant that said it could turn out better than you could possibly imagine? Or
it was him.
Yeah, he said that was his ism. I think at the very end where he's like, one thing that really stuck with me is, what if it turns out better than you can ever imagine? And all of us were just sitting there like, shit, that's an ism.
Makes you think about it, right? You know what's funny too, Xanders? It's, I know that you got your family supporting you and all that stuff, and we've been talking about that, how nice it is to have that support. And what's cool is I was talking to Pops about the cast not too long ago, and he was like, hey, guess what? I was like, what? He goes, I got a couple isms for you. I'm like, shouts to Pops on AZ. Yeah, so I even wrote down a couple of them. I'm like, hold on, man. I got to write that down. Got the cell phone out. So it's funny, like, what can actually start to, occur and what can manifest when you put a little bit of energy
towards
something.
What was one of them? Just, I know, I think we talked.
Should we save it for the end?
Yes, I think we should save it for the end.
Because there's two of them.
Two of them.
I have two of them.
Should you give us one now, one at the end?
I'm fucking,
give us one now.
We can get one now?
Because I think, I totally forgot it. My mind's blanking, but I think you told me over the phone one of them, and I was like,
I'll tell you one that really applies, it's applicable to this situation at the end, but one of them that he gave me, and this is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, a poet from like the late 1800s, said, knowledge is the antidote to fear. Short and sweet. Knowledge is an antidote to fear.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, we fear the unknown. Things that we are not fully in control of. That's definitely unknown because we don't have control over it.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's where fear gets established. So I thought that was really cool. And the fact that Pops is reading some poetry from the 18th century. Yeah. Shout out Pops. All sophisticated.
Pops,
drinking tea with his pinky out.
I
don't know. Maybe. That's just holding it with two hands.
He was an English poet?
I would assume so. The name sounds pretty English.
Definitely the pinky.
Definitely got the English tea out, man.
He's like, I got one for him. They're going to be looking at this in 300 years.
Like this is heat.
Still hits. Yeah, still hits to this day.
Still hits, man.
Yeah. Dude, well, shout out Ant, man. Shout out Ant, man.
Yeah, and if we talk, that's what
we'll allow it.
If we talk,
we'll allow
doing
that.
shout outs to your pops and everything, I want to shout out my family because
absolutely,
my family has been supporting me so much. I know they're watching this right now. Like they reposting my stuff and everything. So shout out to my family. It's pretty crazy to have like such a great support system.
It's
a lot of
nice.
people don't have it, so
Right.
I'm very grateful
We're
for
blessed.
what I got. Yeah.
Well, what's dope too is when you'll send us like the text messages, like, "Hey, yo, like I got an idea," or like my cousin came up with something and like gave us some pointers, and she's like, I think I even sent you a text like, "Yo, tell him thank you." Like, it's so nice to be able to have like to catch some of like the remaining support. Like, you know, like you're getting it full force, but then it's like, oh man, like I'm getting something out of this. I'm learning a little bit more about what we could do to better it. So it's like that overwhelming goodness just kind of gets, you know, passed on to other people, and they kind of catch that. So shout out to your family, man. I think that's rad.
We got just overwhelming support on our episode when it was just us. I think that a lot of people liked, you know, realizing who we are as people. It's cool. It's really cool having these guests, but it seemed like a lot of people kind of found it, you know, a little bit different, but a good different.
Yeah, like get to know us type thing.
Yeah.
Because like thinking about it, we don't really, because we're more focused on the guests.
Obviously, we're not going to bring them here so that they can listen to us.
Talking about ours.
Right. Chime in on our conversation.
If I can interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
So one time about, they bringing us to us three.
Hey,
hold on one second.
Bring it back over here.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, it is. And it's nice to be able to kind of just be, you know, like kind of how we are like when we be in the studio or something.
Yeah, like when we're just hanging out.
And I think we were actually in the studio one time, and I think you said it, you're like, bro, this is a vibe, bro. Like, we could do, like, a podcast out of this. Like, we're all chilling. Like, I think you
like
were
a year or something.
Yeah, I think you even mentioned that, bro.
Yeah, he definitely was the person.
Yeah.
We all agreed that.
We're like, man,
you got the couch set up, like...
The lights, the that'd be a cool little switch.
Maybe do, like, reactions to, like, music or something like that.
Something
Anyway,
like
that's
that.
a whole different idea.
Yeah. We'll bring the music up later. Cause I got something like that.
Definitely. But, yeah, man, I think it's also kind of nice to, like, discuss things that have been on other people's minds too. Like, we kind of went down a little bit of a conspiracy theory rabbit hole.
Yeah, last week.
People like that.
And I don't know if you saw or not, but things keep getting a little bit weirder. And that was one of the things I kind of wanted to bring up too. I guess the FBI released some footage of like an FBI or of a UFO that kind of looks like this jellyfish floating looking thing. Yeah.
How long ago?
Like, I want to say like within a day or two ago.
No.
I've not
seen that.
It looks a bit sketch. It's kind of sus, but it's like
maybe a little Photoshop. Or
I mean, if it was photoshopped, it would probably be like a newbie. It didn't look very good. I looked at it and I was like,
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I was like, what's going on here? So apparently, it's like it kind of looks like a cloud that's like transparent and like has like these tentacles. It almost looks like they do have the technology for like Iron Man style suits in the military, like where they got the boosters on the feet, right? So it kind of almost looked like they put one of those dudes and focused like a camera on him as it was panning over like at nighttime, like a village or something like that. I don't know, but so they actually released and said, no, this is like one of our more recent conclusive UFO like sightings, and here's like the evidence for it.
I've not found a picture, but
so is that
Donald,
fact
if you
or
can,
fiction, man?
Can you try search up a picture? So
well, that's what's crazy. Ethan was saying, is that fact or fiction? And it's just like, I think that kind of goes more towards like what we were talking about last time about how they just kind of put stuff in front of us in little dosages. That way, like when the big thing happens, we're like, oh no, remember when we were sitting on the pod talking about it? And like I told you, and like now it's here.
Exactly.
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
I know, that's crazy. So I also kind of find it funny how before, you know, believing in aliens was kind of like, you know, 50-50 or whatever.
Don found it. So we definitely are going to be able to...
Don did find it. We're going to pop it up on the screen.
And he's going to send it to me so we can watch.
Yeah, that way we can get our authentic reaction. But
but like going back to what I said, I think it's kind of funny how before believing in aliens, like, it was kind of 50-50, but most people still believed in them. Then once the FBI released, like, oh, aliens exist, people got even more skeptical, like, I don't know.
Instead of being like, man, this is like a top-notch facility talking about this. We're like, man, forget that.
I know.
But is this a tactic so we look left and they go right, or we look right and they go left? Like, is this like... that's like a bigger conspiracy. It's like, are they just making this up while they're doing something over here, so everyone's like, oh, like,
aliens,
this, and then this big thing isn't actually a big thing, and it's kind of like swept under
the rug.
Like what if that's going on too, dude?
And imagine if their intentions were just offensive. that would be even more unbelievable. Yeah,
Like, no, we just really care about people, and we just really want the best for the public.
Ronald Reagan said that the best himself. He said the scariest words you can ever hear is "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no. Ronald Reagan, man. You know?
Man, we start becoming conspiracy theorists on this podcast.
I'm saying.
What other effects should we go into? Time travel.
We kind of talked about it. Didn't really go into it, but I guess like the theory of it's possible to go travel into the future, but not necessarily into the past.
How is that? What? Break that down.
So we don't necessarily have the technology for it yet, but the theory behind it is, so let's say if you're standing a long distance away from like a freeway, right? Okay. And you're watching cars go past. You know that the cars going past you're going at least 65, 70, 80 miles an hour. Yeah. But the further away you are, the slower it appears that they're going because the perception of time is different depending on the distance. Yes. Keeping that in mind, if you were to go to the moon and fly some astronauts to the moon and did like some laps around the moon at like a hyper speed,
like some Superman type,
right? The distance would seem like the distance would be different between Earth's time and the moon's time. So technically speaking, you're moving faster than time is moving on Earth. So I guess when you would come back, the time would be different by however much time you spent orbiting the moon versus and how much time was spent away versus what time it is.
That's actually crazy.
I think I did hear about that theory where it's like if you gave two people like watches at the beginning of like
Joe Rogan was talking about that. Yeah.
You give two people watches from the day they were birthed, and then just get like they had it for them their whole lives.
Yeah, it'd be different.
It'd be different by the end of their lives because some people move faster than others or something like that, right?
Well, and then you also figure people travel, so then there's time differences. You know, you're 2 hours ahead of time, you're 1 hour behind, things like that. You know, you figure even if I just travel out to Arizona to see parents, like their time is a little bit different depending on the season. So going back and forth, that could mess up your time, and that could mess up your clock. So it's gonna be different. You know,
at the end of your life, crazy,
right?
Bro.
But the theory that you can actually travel into like time because that's how it is. You're traveling into the future because the distance is slower on the moon than it is here on Earth. So by the time you travel back, if you were like spending 5 years on the moon orbiting, it'd be like 7.5 years.
Wow!
So you're traveling into the future basically. You've spent 5 years of your life, but now you're 7.5 years into the future.
In Interstellar, right?
Dude, I think so.
Yeah,
no,
I think so.
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
my dad and my little who
Yeah.
directed it? Wasn't it someone?
Nolan.
Yeah, so
one of the greatest of all time.
And what was he? What's that one with
Inception?
Yes, bro. Aiden was trying, or my little brother Aiden was trying to get me to watch that too. Does he direct that one too?
Yeah.
I think I watched like a half hour of that. I was like, nope. Way too trippy.
Inception.
Tenet was crazy,
bro.
Nah, Tenet was crazy. Have you seen Tenet?
Dude,
that's more about time. Yeah. That's about time and going in the future and the dude. It is trippy.
Yeah, I can't even describe it. Me and him watched it for the first time together, or maybe
we did, Bill. We did.
And we were like, "What the hell is going on?"
That's how it was with the very first time I saw The Matrix. I'm like, "What?" like you have to watch it several times to get it.
Tenet was the most mind-boggling movie I think I've watched. I mean, I've seen Inception, and that one was trippy for sure. Yeah. How they go deeper and deeper into the states or whatever. But Tenet, dude, I remember like one of the scenes that was so trippy was how at the very end there's like a split glass. It's almost like split glass, and it's one's in reverse and one's in like in backwards. So everything that's happened has already happened, and what hasn't happened hasn't. Yeah. Dude, it was it's like so trippy.
And then they're like fighting themselves in reverse time.
I'm already lost,
dude.
Yeah, it's watching it. I'm like, wait, like I don't know, dude. You have to have an insane like.
It's so
perception
crazy.
to be able to watch that.
It's wild.
Well, and again, I kind of don't. So like, if I don't get it the first time, I'm like, I'll give this one another try later.
Yeah, no.
When me and Xander told you, like, nah, I'm okay.
For the smokers out there, I suggest being sober.
Oh my gosh. Or shit, if you want to be even more mind-boggled and really not understand it,
then go for
do
it.
Like if you just want to get jaw dropped and be like, whoa.
Movie's over, still staring at the screen.
No.
What the hell just happened?
Are we in a black hole?
For real. No, that movie was insane.
Oh, man. Yeah, no.
Lots of crazy stuff that their mind messing with us.
Speaking of which, did you send me that video? Did? All right, let's see if we can get it authentic.
Let's see.
What'd you send it to me on?
What we think.
TikTok. All right. Let's see.
This is the alien one that I was telling you about?
I think so. Is this what you sent
Nah.
Send me two. This one?
I don't think so.
Whoa.
But that's some trippy stuff.
Whoa.
It was on like
Damn, that looks like a fat cloud. Like
Fox
just do
News.
a fat O. Like
FBI agent.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Fox News, FBI.
yeah, we'll post up this video for y'all to see too. All right,
That was
but,
weird, bro.
yeah, it looks like someone just fat O, bro. It's like, damn, maybe them aliens are just posted up in the UFO, just on the
chiefing
hookah
it.
or something.
Well, the hookah, it almost looks like an ancient, like, thing.
Yeah,
like
no,
an artifact,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of.
Hookah's been going on for a long time.
Definitely, yeah. My family definitely indulges in that. I'm Middle Eastern. Not my immediate family, but my,
You're Middle Eastern?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
I'm Arabic. Guys, I came out
Yeah.
very Caucasian, all right?
You did it.
I'm half Arabic and I'm half German, and, I look 100% German.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you were.
Nah.
I didn't know you had any Middle Eastern until probably 4 years when I knew.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, if you ever meet my uncle, yeah.
The
All my
Texas
uncles,
uncle?
dude. No, he lives in Huntington, actually. I told him I want to get him on the pod because he's
Wise man?
very wise, dude.
I've heard some stuff about your uncle.
Very wise.
That'd be
But,
down.
I mean, I did have some hot takes for y'all again. You wanted to get into it right now, or maybe a little bit later?
Oh no! Well, we're at 21. We want to take a quick break, and then we'll go ahead and get the hot take.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. Come right back.
All right.
All right, we're back from our partial break, our little
Yeah.
small break that we took. In the meantime, I actually took that footage and found it and showed it to the guys. What'd you think of that infrared alien spacecraft?
My first thought was it looked like a droid from Empire Strikes Back. we'll post it up right there,
Yeah,
too.
well, let's post up like a 3-second snippet of what it looked
Yeah,
like.
so it looks exactly like that. And I'm thinking, man, they just, like, replicating shit from what we already see. Like, say because I am a little bit skeptic. Even though the footage looks pretty authentic, but you never know.
You
never
don't.
know.
They might have just been like, all right, we need to release something. Like, can y'all come up with, like, a little alien spacecraft thing? And, like, shit, someone was just watching Empire Strikes Back. Like, oh, yeah,
I got
something.
you. I
Yeah,
got you, fam.
something.
Yeah.
Instead of it being naked to the eye, let's just make it
Yeah,
translucent.
it's translucent.
So yeah.
So, I don't know. That was interesting. I don't know what to really.
And it seemed like it was just hovering at like the same speed, and then it even changed from like translucent to like dark based on like
think it's
how
like
hot and
temperature.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to know where it was, though. I want to know where.
Didn't it say like
was.
Afghanistan on the bottom of it?
I don't know. That's what I was guessing. It looked like it to me.
But it was only visible through the military thermal cameras.
Yeah,
is
not
what it was
So
really,
saying.
weird, bro.
visible to us.
Because I do know that the military are trying to come out with that, and I know China just made
China.
China. No, the first invisibility cloak.
Did
I
they?
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, I'll see it like, and it's like, oh yeah, China came up with this. I'm like, but did they?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
I feel like
they be bootlegging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do I know that they just didn't get cut like a little green like piece of like cloth?
Fabric, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I
invisibility cloak. You know what I'm
They just
saying?
want to see
Like,
more power. I mean, it's possible they just want to see more powerful.
I
or,
get
like,
it.
just,
It's a
like,
flex.
Yeah, it's a flex.
It's a flex.
Yeah.
Harry Potter had it first.
Yeah, you did it first. Shout out to him.
Shouts out to HB.
And that
He's-
definitely wasn't a green cloth.
Yeah.
No, man, that was an heirloom.
Yeah, exactly. That was the real stuff right there.
That was real.
Yeah.
Harry Potter happened, everybody. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys know this or not. You just got to find yourself
Dude,
a little
maybe
portal.
Maybe they kidnapped him and took that.
Dude, for real.
Bro.
Harry's just in like Area 51 or something.
I know it didn't.
Or
look
some
like,
deep Providence in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it didn't look like this, but our military's exercising the use of jetpacks now too.
Are
Like
they?
how you said, like the Iron Man thing,
Yeah,
where it's
I've
kind of
seen
like
that.
directing. Like I've seen videos
Oh,
about
I've seen
that
that.
too. Them
Dude,
going
that'd be
over
kinda
water and then
sick.
coming up
That would
and
be
then
fun.
landing and stuff like that. Like who knows, dude? I don't know. It didn't look like a human. It definitely looked like that droid. Put up a picture right here
Yeah.
from that, and it
that's-
looked like that, just like see through.
Yeah, I know.
See through PO?
see. Oh,
Did you see?
man.
Did you?
Yeah, I caught
It was
that.
alright.
I caught that
We'll
one.
allow it. It was kind of lame,
Yeah.
but we'll allow it.
Whatever.
Anyway, so I know that you wanted to also go over a couple more of the Reddit
Yeah, I got some more Reddit hot takes.
Reddit hot takes, because Reddit is
And-
definitely the place to go for knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where
Everybody on Reddit knows what they're talking about.
everybody.
And
Just like
since-
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Since Phil is, really into music, I thought this topic would be music hot takes.
Ooh, a musical hot takes, man. Thank you for thinking of me, Sam.
Yeah. No,
I appreciate that. I
I'm
appreciate
thinking about you,
Yeah.
bro. But
What have you done for me lately? I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
actually,
Actually, no.
yeah, actually. No.
Oh man.
But this first one, I very much disagree with. But
Okay.
this dude said, I really don't like acapella music. I just think it's a bunch of annoying noises. Dude, me personally, like, I don't be listening to it like that, but I hear some, like, people going off on acapella. I'm like, damn, that's kind of groovy, like, ba-da-dum.
Oh, you're talking about like the barbershop like quartets and shit like that?
Yeah, I guess so, but, like,
I thought by acapella he meant like no beat, like just going.
like how people be
Yeah,
making.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
that's
make-
acapella. There's no beat in that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
they just be having people like snapping and like
or like
Yeah, like,
clapping and stuff like that.
right?
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like some doo wop. I think that's what they called it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's also a snack in jail, a doo wop. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
I
Never
did
been,
not,
so-
bro.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I watched a lot of Discovery Channel.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, we'll
You sure wasn't about that felony you were flexing?
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
gym, bro?
It wasn't about that felony?
man, I know all about jail, man. You don't know what a doo wop is?
Yeah. I'm like, nah, man.
Nah.
Harry Mack changed my perception on acapella though, for sure.
True.
Because he goes. If y'all don't know Harry Mack, look him up. He's arguably probably one of the best freestylers.
Freestyle rap artist, yeah.
At
At least in the game right now that's living,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Yeah.
alive. I mean, Juice WRLD, obviously amazing talent.
Dude, that'd be crazy to get him on a pod. Can you imagine? That's like a dream pod right there.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Juice WRLD?
No, Harry Mack.
So I'm like, what do you-
Yes, if Juice.
I don't think we'll be able to get Juice on.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a little tough.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Juice. We're gonna do
Ethan's like, we're gonna try anyways.
Yeah.
Pod in Heaven coming January
Yeah.
1st.
So what do y'all think?
I think if talent is talent, bro. You know, no matter what, like, look at somebody like what is his name, Rozelle, who just does beatboxing, and that's acapella, and that's incredible. You think of someone like Harry Mack, that's incredible. You think of certain songs that may be in like that doo-wop style, where it just kind of like brings you back to a certain time of nostalgia. So I think with anything, if it's done right, you respect authenticity.
Yeah.
But if it's like on some like, you know what I mean, like some corny,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
be real careful, man.
Yeah,
because-
there's a fine line. I think what really changed my perception of acapella, I wish I remember the song, but my dad used to have like his oldies playlist, right? And he had an acapella song on there. That actually went crazy. So
It's like 80s doo-wop Joel.
yeah, it was something, bro. But I'll have to ask for it. But it was a good ass song, so that changed my opinion.
Yeah, but again, it's more like a classic song. Like
Yeah,
it sounds like kind of like that barbershop era or doo-wop era, or like that 1960s, like hanging outside of a barbershop in New York kind of a thing, you know.
Exactly.
And I can respect that. So yeah, if it's talented, yeah, I'd say some acapella is cool, but you better bring it.
Yeah, you better
Yeah,
bring it.
you better bring it.
Nobody better be off in that group.
No.
Definitely. I think, like you just said, though, there is a certain respect for it. Respect it. And if people are just messing around, I guess, I don't know. I guess I'd have to see a couple and,
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own opinion on
Yeah.
it. You know what's funny is I had a friend that he was actually a musician, and he was the singer of a band that I was in. And I like
was in a band?
Yeah.
I like metal music, and this guy didn't. And he's like, bro, metal musicians to me, or metal music in general, they're like clowns. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. And I'm like, how the hell can I take that in a positive way? He's like, trust me, bro. He goes, clowns, he goes, it's an art form. You have to go to school for it. Like, if you want to be a good clown, you have to have some sort of a talent.
Okay.
Face
Good
painting,
clown? Oh.
like juggling, or, like magic tricks or something like that. He goes, you have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to be in a character. He goes, but at the end of the day, you're still a clown.
Interesting.
And he goes, with metal music, I feel like you always have to be in this character. Like, yeah, there's talent. Yeah, like you have to work on it, but you're always in this character.
Like you kind of gotta be like
Like,
just say an actor.
type stuff.
He used the word clown. He goes clown.
Clown
He
is
goes
an
in and he goes
interesting
and
one.
it's an art form and it's a profession and he goes, but at the end of the day, you're still a clown. And it
I don't
kind
know
of
if
stuck
clown
with
is
me.
the right word for it, but I see what he's saying.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that was kind of a good way of explaining it. So I had to give him a little bit of credit for that. I was like, man, you lucky that was a good story.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I ain't got nothing to say right now.
Like, all right, I'll let it slide.
I'll allow that one because it was cleverly delivered.
Yeah.
What else you got, man?
Got another one for you. Older music isn't necessarily better than today's music. It's just that older music we still listen to has stood the test of time, and the shitty stuff has been mostly forgotten.
I disagree.
Ooh, you go for it.
Go for it.
No, I definitely disagree. I definitely see. I think it's a little bit more authentic. I listen to a lot of '80s, like a lot of '80s music, and I just think that the like message that comes across is very different, but I think it's very good. I think that a lot of music that's being, I mean, dude, like nowadays you look at things that are being glamorized, like Lil Nas X, and no hate if y'all like Lil Nas X, bro, but the last video he did where he was like dressed as Jesus Christ and he was on the cross and stuff, that was, bro.
Yeah, I can't be rocking with that, bro.
Yeah. But you listen to it, and I think it's just a lot more. You know, they weren't able to stop and play. Like you look at Motley Crue, and they did the whole damn song on one tape, and if they messed up, they would have to run it again.
Right.
I think that there's just a bigger appreciation for that, and you everything is now like technologically advanced, so they can, you know, put snaps, put 808s, they can put all this stuff. When, you know, if someone fucked up on the drums, they'd be like, oh, you fucked up on the like now we have to run it back. I feel like it's and there still are some bands like that, but I just respect it a little bit more. I definitely don't agree with that. I think to some extent it is better. I think the messages in them were better. You just see it all shifting, but
I guess
definitely
that's
the guitar, the piano, the drums, it was just I feel like everything is, you know, more on the computer now. I just have respect for 5 different people all being on the top of their game making this song. Like, bro, there's so many songs that you can name.
I can
it's
see
stupid.
that, but yeah, for me personally, I think it's just we're in a different time now, and it's kind of just advanced. Obviously, you still have to have some talent, like beat making, like Phil. You can't just be some regular Joe and make some fire like Phil.
Yeah,
you know, so you got to be good at what you do.
that's true. No,
and
that's
it's
true.
like it has
That's true.
become more accessible to people, so that's like, you know, that's like one thing that someone might be able to show them their talent more. It's like easier now.
Yeah,
And sorry.
No.
Another thing, like the Lil Nas X and like, you know, all that trash music, we will forget about that. So
yes,
we weren't living in that time period to know, like, oh man, all this garbage that came out, and then just like
that's true.
forget about it.
I just think that certain, you know, obviously not all music will stand the test of time, but I don't really think that. I think they're good. It's good music.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't really think about standing the test of time. It's just a good song.
If something's good, it's just good.
It's just good.
Yeah.
So
I feel
don't.
you on that.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think,
What do you
Phil?
think?
You're the musician.
Yeah, man. You know, one of the biggest questions that you can ask yourself for a musician or a creator, an artist, or something is the why. Why are you doing something? Someone who's a great drummer, his name's Benny Greb, just completely, you know, a light bulb went off in this moment. He goes, the sign of a good musician is if you ask yourself these 3 questions, or a responsible musician. What are you playing? Do you know, like, the genre that you're playing? Am I playing rock, jazz, whatever? How are you playing? My velocity, my tempo, you know, the intensity.
Yeah.
But last and most important is why are you playing what you played? Did you hit that cymbal because you wanted to, because it's brand new and you want to hear what it sounds like, or did the song need it? Right? Are you playing for what the song needs? Are you doing what the song needs? And so the why is the biggest question. I think now with music today, the why is to make money and to be popular. And so
Definitely.
it's like, oh man, I want this, and I want this life, and I want that life, and which is good to have goals and aspirations, but the why is really important, right? So where I think back in the day, there wasn't a whole lot of music, unless you were at superstardom. there really wasn't a whole lot of money in music unless you were like right there. The only way to get there is to be extremely talented. And so it's like, I want to pursue this because I love this music and I have a passion for creation. And so that's why I'm going to pursue that, even though it's harder to get into the industry back then. Now you don't even need a record label. You just need the internet and a dream, right?
Yeah.
So now, again, that challenges the why, where before I know I have to perform good live. I have to perform good in front of an A&R and a record label. I have to be good at managing money on the road. So I'm doing this purely out of love and out of passion. And so I'm going to make my craft the best that it possibly can be, which is, again, I think what happens when you have that mentality, you're going to create great music.
Yeah.
And it's going to sound good. Unfortunately, back then, that was the reason why, because they were also passionate about making music.
Yes.
Now the why is, I want to be poppin'. I'm trying to be popular. You know what I'm saying? So I think the music has suffered because of the why.
The intentions.
Yeah, you know, that's super fun. I see that point of view right there.
Yeah.
Another thing is like auto-tune, you know, like if you sang back then, bro, you were just a good singer.
Yeah.
And then people just use auto-tune and voice correcting softwares and all this stuff to make them sound, you know, pleasing to the ears.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can tune it. For those who don't know how auto-tune may work, you can tune the intensity so that if you are doing your thing, you can either have it at the highest point where you sound like T-Pain, you know?
Yeah.
And shouts to T-Pain, because he actually doesn't need auto-tune. Homeboy can sing.
No, definitely.
And then you can reduce it so that it's literally just correcting you a little bit and just nudging you enough so you don't hear that like digitized fluctuation where you just get to that natural note. And a lot of people will do that. And yeah, they didn't have that back then, you know? Look at Michael Jackson, and he would record multiple layers of his melodies if the people that he hired couldn't sing. And oftentimes, because he couldn't play music, he would just sing the melodies, and they would use that. They'd be like, "Oh, that's good. What we hired these people to do sucks. So we'll just use his track. That was the example track." So good musicians produce good music, and whack musicians are going to produce the stuff that's kind of.
I definitely think there's way more trash put out, but you know, I like listening to people like Yeet, and like someone like Yeet, you would not have been able to make his sound back then.
No.
So I think it's just like all.
And that's a good example. Like, some people are the production or the product of the time that we're in.
Yeah.
You know, even somebody like Tizo Touchdown, like, you really wouldn't, like, that dude's got like a look of a rock star, but you know, when he sings and he's got that highly digitized voice, and so you really wouldn't think like that would be like a popular thing back then, but it just works right now. He's got the look and he's got the sound of a futuristic artist.
Yeah, dude.
So man.
Dang, that
you
one
have
was...
one more for us or what?
All right, let me see. All right, this one's kind of, I just thought it was funny. It says, many music fans are complete jerks who are insanely intolerant to people whose musical tastes differ from theirs. So many times when I like a song/artist, I get a 10-minute lecture about how I should kill myself for liking that song. Which I thought was kind of hilarious, but yeah, some people be getting pretty intense about other people's music tastes, for sure.
I am definitely guilty of that, man.
Yeah.
Because I am a musician, and it's like...
Well, you don't tell people to...
No, I've never told anybody to go kill yourself. But I have told people that have been online, and they're posting some whack
you all
stuff.
on Twitter, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Keyboard warrior, man.
Not to that extent, like, where I'm, like, harsh. But it's like, if you can obviously see somebody's intent, and they're there only to produce content, and they're not there like, hey, watch my journey of progression, but just watch me and like share my videos, I'll be like, hey man, you know, learn your craft a little bit more, and you're gonna gain that attention that you're looking for.
Okay, yeah, that's way different than
right?
Just like hating.
Definitely.
That's constructive criticism.
Right, and it's like, you know, don't focus so much on the likes and the comments, focus on your craft. And so a lot of that, I'll post stuff like that with musicians, because you also don't want to put out the fire, you know, you want to try and encourage. But at the same time, there's certain people where it's just like, bro, you're the reason why musicians don't post more, because it's flooded with crap like this. And there's some times where it's like, you know, like,
hold yourself back, like,
oh yeah, man, just because you'll see some of the stuff and it's garbage, and you know, but hey, it's to the, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But
I was just gonna.
I'm just saying, like, most of that I see is just like, ugh. But anyway, so what's your take on it?
Can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, I got you.
I remember the beginning, and then I remember the last part being funny. I just don't remember.
All right. So he says, complete jerks who are insanely intolerant of people's music taste. So many times when I like a song / artist, I get a 10-minute lecture about how I should kill myself for liking that thing.
Okay. I think the telling someone to off themselves or to forever box themselves.
I think he was exaggerating there, but
okay, yeah.
Unless you read some of the comments, man. Some of them are
actually,
literally
yeah,
like,
maybe
go
not.
kill yourself.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, I don't condone that. I definitely believe that people have different opinions, and y'all are entitled to your opinions. And yeah, if something ain't, I think the only real reason to intentionally tell someone not to rock with anything is if it's going to
take them down like a weird path or something.
Yeah, lessen them on a specific level, take them on the wrong path, or get them in the wrong
like
stuff
Nas
or
X, like what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's some scary stuff, dude. I don't yeah. If y'all read the Book of Revelations, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but it's crazy what we're seeing so glamorized and promoted nowadays. When it's just 20 years ago that would just not fly.
Yeah,
it would just not fly, and the world's just in again, dude. It's like a loop. The world's just in a really weird place right now.
Oh yeah.
So,
hopefully we can find our way out of it, man.
Yeah, hopefully, God willing, man.
Yeah.
Took it to kind of a weird spot with music, but all right.
Yeah.
What about you, Zan?
Yeah, so
you be throwing the hate out there in the comments?
I don't be throwing hate, when people when a bunch of people drop new music like Drake. Pretty much his past few albums, every single comment as soon as it releases is just trash, garbage.
Yeah, he been getting a lot of hate lately.
And I'm like, all right, it's whatever. It's nothing crazy, but
or is it just the complete opposite? I see the memes all the time. Listens to 2 seconds. It's starts, stops. It's like, oh my god, it's a banger.
Yeah,
it's like a banger. They're already typing. Oh my god, I listened to
Drake did it again. Drake did it again.
Drake's literally
yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I think everybody can listen to whatever I personally don't care what you listen to. I'm pretty open when it comes to music.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he did get bodied on first-person shooter mode.
Yeah,
dude.
J. Cole did his thing on that one, man.
Why would you, at this point, Cole, why would you even ask him for a feature? You're just going to get destroyed unintentionally.
It becomes his song. It becomes him,
If you look at the YouTube timeline on the Scrub thing, the peak is when he's with J. Cole.
The most replayed or whatever.
Yeah, thank you. The most replayed part is J. Cole, and then it just goes down like that.
As soon as J. Cole's verse is over,
as soon as I'm about to, and then people, people just
scrub.
I'm about to scrub backwards.
When you get to J. Cole, Lil Baby too. Lil Baby is dude. I mean, shit. He might be arguably one of the hottest rappers. I think as of right now, when he drops an album, I think everyone has hopped on him. Lil Baby, and even features like y'all are saying. If he features on something, it's like, oh shit.
Well, he did a song with J. Cole and stood
crazy
toe to toe.
And did you see that the video where J. Cole tries to rap it on stage, and he goes, and he's like, I give up.
He got they missing you. Holla rap whip because they missing you. He almost did it. He almost did it. Yeah, that was ill though. Shouts out to J. Cole.
If J. Cole's struggling to rap your verse, then you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Or insanely wrong.
Either one.
What are you gonna do? But yeah, so are you out there throwing a lot of hate? No hate. You're just kind of let bygones be bygones.
I think I just you listen to whatever the hell you want, as long as I don't have to. As long as I'm not being forced to listen to it.
That's it right there. The forcing thing.
I want to bring Phil into the disagreement we had. You know what I'm talking about. And this isn't gonna get heat. Yeah, it's not gonna get heated or anything.
Yeah.
I want your pure opinion because I think
we're on different sides.
We're on different sides. He thinks Kanye West at a. I just said all around. I said, Kanye West is a really good producer. Right? Mm-hmm. He produced so much, but lyrically, I think Lil Wayne's better.
Lyrically, okay.
Yeah, I said that Lil Wayne as a rapper, I don't think he's below Kanye. I think he's better than Kanye.
Okay.
And then I said I think all around, because lyrically, producing,
all around talent,
all around Kanye is better.
That is a highly debatable one.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so I would, so Kanye has been in the game for a minute, and so has Lil Wayne. They've both been in it since they were like teenagers, but on opposite ends. Wayne was always in the rap game, where Kanye started out as a producer, and people try to keep him there as a producer. And so I respect the grind, respect the hustle, where, you know, with Weezy, he just kind of popped out of nowhere at like 13, 14, dropped out of high school, Cash Money, that blew up, and then when he started his own phrase, Bling Bling, oh my God. Then when he started Young Money with Drake and Nicki, and Tyga, it just, right? So there's accolades on both ends. I think Kanye has definitely taken a lot more risks in his career when it comes to production and different sounds and trying new things. But I also, let's bring in another person that's famous, maybe even equally as famous, Cat Williams. And Cat Williams said, Kanye has always been that weird kid. Like, why are we acting like Kanye wasn't the weird kid wearing, like, pink polka-dotted polos, like, at Rock Nation parties? Like, everyone knew him as the weird dude, and now we expect him to just... Some people have labeled him a genius, but he's always been that odd guy, you know.
That
and
bad
odd
Kim K. How odd was he?
But who hasn't, bro? So at this point, like, how hard is that? Is that an accolade? Like, you're kind of picking up leftovers now at this point. So I mean, what is Pete Davidson dumped her? So like,
oh my God, that's crazy.
He dumped Pete.
I believe Pete.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you know.
I believe Pete. No.
Is that what Pete said?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. But it sounds bad. So, yeah, I think that overall, I would definitely say Kanye has maybe a few more talents up his sleeve, but both have been incredibly impactful in the music industry in their own way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I happen to be more of a Kanye fan than a Weezy fan.
Okay.
But lyrically speaking, I would have to give the L to Weezy.
Lyrically to Weezy?
I would give lyrically the L to no.
Interesting.
They're both really good.
It's so hard, bro. They're both amazing. They're both so amazing. But I see videos of Lil Wayne sitting there for hours and hours, and he's like, I never say the same thing. He's like, I'll listen to my stuff, and if it's remotely close, I will not put it in the song.
You know what? I'm gonna give that on lyrically. I may have to give it to Wayne now that I think about it. Just with wordplay,
I agreed with you.
Double and triple entendres out the.
I would. You know what? Now I might even be leaning lyrically towards Wayne and give the L to Kanye on that one.
But Kanye is just all around.
That's what you and I were. I said I gave you the dub.
I don't think all around.
Yeah, I would say I would give
him
the dub
I
on
think
lyrically.
Definitely as a producer and what he produces, but lyrically, like you can't say all. Like,
all right, bro, but not to shit on Wayne, but he just raps. You know, and then Kanye does everything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, but then but Weezy also. I don't know all the background history with it, but I don't even think Young Money is still like a thing. I don't know. So I don't know what happened with that, but he did have his own label, and he, you know.
I'm sure he like produced some beats.
Probably, but yeah, no. And then he kind of got into skateboarding for a while, which is like a little bit weird because I think people gave him a lot more credit than like he actually deserved because he was. Like okay at it.
I never knew that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, he actually was skating. Yeah, he got into skateboarding a lot. It was like hanging out with P-Rod and all these professional skaters, and it's like, I get it. He's popular. P-Rod's popular. Popular people hang out together.
Yeah.
But just to cut back quick to the hate on the music, I can fully understand when there's a polarizing artist, why people would hate on them. Somebody like Taylor Swift, who. I feel like that's forced. Like, you're going to listen to Taylor. Yeah. You're going to listen to this.
Look at her.
Yeah, like, you're going to listen to this new Doja Cat. And, like, we're going to make sure, like, we're putting it everywhere on TikTok and everything. So, the forced stuff, I can understand why people hate it. I think it's more because it's being forced upon them than it is just, like, a natural occurrence of, like, hey, have you heard this or have you heard that?
Yeah.
It's, like, an industry telling you, like, you're going to love this shit.
You're going to listen to this shit all the time.
This is it. Playlist. Yeah, I can't stand it. So.
Yeah, me neither.
But
that's around.
I think we can all agree on that. With that being said, we'll take one more quick break, and then we'll come right back.
Yep.
To Wayne. Man, Wayne, I'm telling you, we had to take the break just to verify that. And
yeah, Wayne takes a dub lyrically, but I still stand by my positioning. Kanye's better all around.
I'd have to agree, but man, that was pretty crazy.
And I'll stay disagreeing. I think Wayne lyrically is.
I think you need to listen to more Kanye.
Maybe some of the old stuff, the Dropout, bro. You
Huh?
know, maybe you listen to the Dropout. Maybe you listen to the Carter 3. You
I
know,
listen to Carter 3.
Carter
You
2.
have?
Yeah.
And he
of course.
still stands. He still stands.
Hey,
10
have you listened to
toes.
the Dropout?
No,
have
I
you
have
listened
not.
Have you listened to
I've not.
Graduation? No, you haven't.
Graduation?
Mhm.
A little bit, but not the Dropout. Definitely not the Dropout.
Yeah, so
Dude,
you
Dropout's
can't be-
fire, bro.
Yeah, you can't be
Dropout is-
basing your opinion on something.
But anyways,
This fool, you know.
well,
I'm gonna beat him.
speaking of comments, speaking of comments, speaking of
Yeah,
things in the
speaking of
comment
comments.
section, man,
Yeah,
we've been
dude.
generating a little bit of
Should I pull
comments.
some up?
I mean, you're more than welcome
Yeah, we got
to.
a funny one.
Okay.
We don't
gotta
be getting too many comments, but the ones that we do get, we very much appreciate.
Definitely.
And got one of our first hates.
Yeah,
Actually,
even a little bit of hate, a little bit of shade.
Shout out to y'all, by the way, guys. You're doing awesome on the shorts. The shorts are reaching over 5K now.
Yeah, that's dope.
The YouTube algorithm's a little different than what we're used to on like TikTok and Instagram.
Still getting used to it.
Let me look at the shorts. Which one was it?
It was the
on, bro?
Mandela effect one.
Was
Sent
it?
sent a screenshot.
No, it was a different one.
I love
dude,
how it's already
even
queued
this,
up.
Even this one is getting comments now. Like,
Oh, there it
Let's
is.
see.
Yeah.
so should I just?
Yeah. Read it out.
Okay. Is this a little? Can I say this on YouTube?
Listen.
I think we got some
the
blurps
circle,
available.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should I?
So we're talking about the Mandela effect, about the fruit of the loom cornucopia, whether it was there or not, and we all say that it was.
If y'all don't know, check out the shorts. It's in the shorts. Should I say the comment coming in from? And should I say it?
Man,
no.
F that. No,
You
whatever.
don't have to
Just say
name
the
drop
comment.
him.
Yeah, just say the
All right,
comment.
all right, the
You'll see
comment-
it if you guys check it out.
Yeah, the comment is. So we're talking about the Mandela effect, and he said the cornucopia, like you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
He says that is intentional, either to erase anything from a company's history that could be considered controversial, or as a distraction, so that idiots will go on a podcast and circle jerk each other about it instead of talking and focusing on important issues. And I was like, "Damn, bro, that's kind of funny."
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of funny. Hey, we got our first.
We do be circling.
We got our
Yeah, but just not while the pod's running.
Yeah. just
Yeah,
like-
How dare he?
Yeah. How dare you assume?
And there was someone that stuck up for us in the comments, and he said, "You're in the YouTube comments whining about friends talking. What the fuck have you ever done to fix the issue?"
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude, that's gotta be my worst pet, bro. People posted up on the gram. Oh, we need to fix this. We need to fix that. Bro, all you did was share. a
Dude, they were
post
just
and
waiting.
then-
Oh
and then
my
you just-
god.
Now go do it.
Let me just- let me
Yeah.
just, like-
All right. Yeah. Go out there yourself.
No,
Or
it's funny.
like-
I accept it. I honestly welcome it
And
because it brings me such a big smile. knowing
Well, and
that.
it feeds the algorithm,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're definitely getting in touch with that algorithm, generating a little bit more buzz. But a lot of people just they it's kind of like what Mike Tyson was saying. Like everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
everyone's got like a point to make, but they would never say it. Like if they were in this
In
room
person.
or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Like,
you
if
don't
you're
do
sitting
that.
right here. Would not be saying.
I don't think so.
Nah, Donald wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah,
No,
no.
Donald
We
would
got
have
our
to
we got our man's back there, bro.
That's
He
right.
ready.
It's that quietness you got to look out for, bro.
250-pound
Lean
linebacker.
linebacker build.
Bradley Noel turned down the fight from him. He's like, no, you're 261. Nah, can't handle that.
Yeah.
He
Bradley
262.
Martin staying away from that one. My boy Donald.
Bro, can you imagine though? We're actually going to the Fit Expo, and we hear Bradley Martin's supposed to be there. It'd be kind of
Oh, really?
crazy.
Or did I mix up the Bradleys? Is Bradley Martin?
Oh,
who's
no,
gonna
it's
be
not.
next to us?
Oh, is it not going to be Bradley Martin?
It's not Bradley Martin.
I don't
that's
think
next to
so.
us.
I think
It's-
he was I think it was a conversation we were talking about Bradley Martin, and then he said this other Bradley, so I mixed it
So
up.
maybe the
Other
other
Bradley.
Bradley.
Yeah,
was there.
maybe the other Bradley. Sorry, we don't know your name.
What up,
Yeah.
Brad?
We do know that he has been accused of the fake weights.
Yeah, we
right?
do know that, but I also heard he's really chill, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
Who's
yeah.
been accused of fake weights?
This other
Oh, this
guy-
other Bradley.
Yeah, apparently he's like being
Fake
accused
weight
of,
Bradley?
like-
No.
Oh,
Oh,
that
fake
guy.
weight Bradley. I love that guy.
That's so
Dude's
funny.
huge. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about, but
Yeah,
hopefully
maybe-
that's.
I can't remember, but I heard he's
Case.
really chill, so we'll get the chance to meet him.
Yeah, and you guys will see all the shorts. We're doing all the shorts, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. We're doing some interviews. The new gym is going to be posting it, as well as the renewed podcast, because yours truly, and yours truly are going to be be doing some interviews
attending,
on some cool extra companies and all that stuff.
And keep up on the hate mail. Keep up on the hateful comments. We would love to be able to read all of them.
Yeah,
but we need a little more.
Yeah. we need good ones, bad ones, in between ones. Yeah. Comment down below, guys.
Super hateful. Just let the hate out.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
You had a bad day at work.
Yeah.
And
instead of taking it out on your
or the dog, and
put it in our comments.
And here's the thing, people. Everyone's got to have an outlet, bro.
Yeah.
And there's everyone that's trying to be like, yo, you can't say that. You can't do that. You can't say that. Say it.
Yeah.
Put it in our comments.
It's therapy.
Say it. We'll read it.
We'll read it.
But hey, with that being said, we went over a few different things. We went over the hot topics, over all of our comments that we kind of wanted to go over. Some of them good, some of them hateful, some of them delightfully hateful.
Delightful.
Yeah.
But lastly, man, I think we also were talking about some isms from Pops. We always end the show on an ism.
Yep.
Should we go to the ism now?
I think it's time for the ism.
Okay. It feels like the right time for the ism. It feels like an appropriate ism moment. And again, so Pops has been in his retirement doing some thinking, reflection, some pondering, right near a pond.
Yeah, near a pond.
If you will. There's a comedian, Ralph Barbosa. He has a funny bit about ponds. He goes, "You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to a pond." He's like, you be staring at that and really start thinking. 10 minutes go by, like, oh man, she's really cheating on me. He's like, you can lie to yourself, bro, but you can't lie to a pond.
Sitting by a pond will get you thinking, bro.
Yeah, dude.
On some different stuff, bro. That's an ism right there. Go sit by a pond, get some thoughts out.
Yeah. Before you act, sit by a pond.
That's why they call it pondering.
You don't have a pond by you? You don't have a pond near you? Just like put up an inflatable pool.
Go by your bathtub.
Yeah,
go there and
just stare at the water.
You know what I mean? It'll work out.
So still.
Either way. It may bring some calm to your life.
There you go.
So again, 18th century poet. Pops get in touch with that, emotional side, if you will. Shout out to Pops. Good for you,
Pops.
Wish that happened when I was a little bit younger. But hey, that's cool. It was a rough upbringing. But here we go.
Grew eventually.
Yeah, we're all right. I'm doing fine. I'm up here on a podcast doing all right. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson is the guy. He's a poet. And he was telling me, this is when Pop's like, hey, I got an ism for you. And it was specifically kind of just based around, and it caught his ear. And he wrote it down because of, like, the situation that we're in, right? And it just made him think. And the quote is, people destined to meet will do so, apparently by choice, but always at the right moment. So it may seem like it's by, by happenstance, it's by chance, but it always will happen at the right moment.
Damn.
That is pretty crazy.
Right?
I was, like, thinking about the important people in my life and, like, people that I've met in the past. It's like, damn, that happened. I met that person at the right exact moment. They left my life at the exact right moment.
Mm-hmm.
I met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, the right moment each time, man. Like,
right? And then something kind of progressed from those meetings. Like, at first it was just coming through and, just being there for support for Ethan. That developed into, like, a friendship with us.
Yeah.
And then that also developed into, like, working out together, coming here. And so it being better than you possibly imagined.
When you, like, really think about how we, like
how
even
fruitful it's been, man.
And how, like, even people that are watching this right now, if you think about all the events that led up to where you're at right now in life, it's kind of insane.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
You're meant to be there right now. You're meant to have gone through that. You're meant to be where you're at right now.
Yeah. Man, shouts out to the 18th century poets, man. They're
they
definitely
did their thing back then.
Man, they were doing their thing, holding it down, bro.
Think about it. All they had time to do was ponder, Ponder by a pond.
Why?
Probably just like
no cell phones,
no cell
media,
phone, post it
no
up.
TV, not even. I don't even think radio.
Nah, not in the 18th century. Nah.
Nothing.
Nah, that was 19th century.
Sorry, guys. I'm more of a math science, not a history English type of guy.
I've heard that history buffs, and I like history. That's like the first sign that you're like going to become like a Republican. Some comedian said that, like, yeah, that's like the telltale signs you become conservative if you like history. Watch out, it's right around the corner.
It's right around. I think I saw that clip.
Yeah, it was a short. But anyways, with that being said, man, we definitely got a shout out for our sponsor today, Ethan. If you want to handle that shout out and handle our sign off, man.
Yeah,
I think
guys,
we're good.
We're gonna be linking some supplement sites, or I guess a supplement site, singular, dsups.com, guys. The code's going to come out very, very shortly. I think we're going to make it renewed. So renewed for 15 to 20% off your purchases. A bunch of pre-workouts,
energy
drinks, all these different supplements. And thank you again to the Nude family. We are up on the TVs in here now, 24/7.
It's weird.
You know what I mean? It is weird. It's like,
weird.
Mama, we made it.
At this one place. And on this one channel.
Hey, this small win is going to be a snowball effect of consecutive wins after this. But
absolutely,
guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys stay engaged. I hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. If you're not, please drop in the comments too what other topics, hot topics you want us to see. Or you want us to talk about, and do you like what? Dude, I'm messing up right now.
No, you're fine. I'll pick it up for you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So please keep on dropping some stuff that you want to see from us in the future, things we can improve on, and yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys stay blessed, stay fit, and have a wonderful day.
Later.
Later.